Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I hope all of you are safe and doing well. And today we're going to be talking about Mr. Jack Grealish. Yes, you might have seen in the thumbnail. But one of my favorite players, an absolute baller on the pitch. He's so good technically, so gifted. Doesn't even play for the best teams on the land. Plays for Aston Villa. But I'm going to talk about why he's so good and why, according to me, he should be starting at the Euros for England. We'll dive into statistics, heat maps, everything there is, tactical boards. But just before we do that, if you like what I'm making, do consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps the channel grow. You can share your views with me in the comments or on Twitter and Instagram. The links will be in the description down below. And let's get into the video. Sorry. So talking about Jack Grealish, now obviously I'm going to start off with a few statistics here and there. He's 25 years old. He's played 22 games in the Premier League this season, and he's had 16 goal contributions, so goals and assists, which is brilliant for someone who's like I said, has been injured for over the last month or so. He's had 0.46 assists per 90, which is almost an assist every two games, which is great for a team like Villa because although they have been able to somehow cope without him being in there, they always look much better when he is in there, right? 76 key passes, which is third highest in the league. I'll keep putting pictures on the screen so that you can see the best names he sits alongside in those charts. So the likes of Bruno Fernandes, Mason Mount, Kevin De Bruyne, players who are the most who have had the best season in the Premier League, while Jack Grealish, who hasn't played in a while, is still up there in those rankings. So yeah, just keep an eye out for that. 76 key passes, third in the league charts. He's got the highest numbers in the league for short creating actions per 90, goal creating actions per 90. It's basically the same thing, but he's still up there in terms of those numbers as well. 275 progressive carries, which is I think second in the league, with Adama Traore having the highest. But again, remember, he hasn't played too much, Jack Grealish. 75 carries into the penalty area, which is highest in the league and completely unchallenged. I think Marcus Rashford is second in those charts with 58, and Jack Grealish has 75, and he's on tops. So you can see the kind of numbers he's produced this season when he hasn't even played that much. I'll just bring you to his heat map as well. If you look at his seasonal heat map, so combining all his games that he's played, if you look at his season heat map, you can see that he's almost everywhere on the pitch. He's dominating the left hand side because I think that's where he's played most for Aston Villa. But you can also see that he's capable of playing as a cam, as a sort of a right-sided midfield as well, instead of a left one. And you can see that a lot of his heat map is also concentrated on that left hand side, towards the halfway line. And I'll tell you why that happens when I bring you to the tactical board. But I think just before we go to the tactical board, I would like to tell you that Jack Grealish is a player who is wanted by a lot of clubs. You might know that he's got there's always rumors about someone wanting him, like City or United or even Liverpool for that matter. I'm not very sure about that one, but there are a lot of clubs who do want him. And the reason why that is because I think Jack Grealish plays at a level where he would walk into a lot of the lineups of the best teams on the land. He's got that technical gift, like I mentioned. He's got a star attitude. He draws fouls very well. I think in terms of drawing fouls also, he's highest in the league or something like that. He draws fouls. He helps his team progress, which I think is his biggest part is the biggest part of his game. Sorry. He helps his team progress up the pitch, which I think Villa really need, because you don't want to be sitting back and defending all the time. But if you have an outlet like Jack Grealish, he's not going to lose the ball, and more often than not, he's going to win you a free kick, right? Which is absolutely great for Villa. So when he doesn't play, it obviously makes a difference, as we'll see in a bit. And another thing that I think Jack Grealish possesses is that vision that a lot of players don't have. You can see that in the likes of Bruno Fernandes and Kevin De Bruyne, Mason Mount, again, the best players in the league this season, best midfielders in the league this season. I think Jack Grealish has also got that vision, to look for that sort of pass, to have the perfect weight on your cross or on the pass that goes into the box. Which is why he's actually created so many chances for his team, right? And a lot of them have been converted as well, because you need a player like Jack Grealish who can put it on the plate for your strikers, or someone who's making a late run into the box, or you need someone who can just do it himself, Jack Grealish has scored so many brilliant goals, over these last couple of years, this season and last season in the Premier League. He scored so many good goals, and you need someone like that, who can take matters into his own hands. Now, I know he might be a little shy for England in that matter because he's not a regular for England just yet. But I don't see a reason why he shouldn't be starting for England because he's so good, Jack Grealish, in his position. He can play as a cam and everything. So there's no reason for him to not start for England. While I think Jack Grealish, if he plays for England, he could be that potent weapon or that missing piece of the puzzle that England haven't had for, say, the Euros 2016 or the World Cup 2018. They didn't have that cutting edge, and I think Jack Grealish is the sort of player who can provide that cutting edge. So I'm just going to take you to the tactical board. Firstly, I'll show you how it works for Villa. Now you can see I made the formation and I've removed El Ghazi. I've put Grealish in there just to show you what would happen if Jack Grealish was there. Now I just want to focus on Jack Grealish and show you that there are certain areas on the pitch that he dominates. Now you saw that in the heat map as well. But what Jack Grealish does is, I'll show you when I highlight this area. Jack Grealish can dominate this area in whatever part he wants. So what I mean by that is, if you put him like somewhere here, right, close to the halfway line, when Aston Villa are defending very deep, okay, when everyone is back, he will be roaming around in those positions because there is space there, right? The defenders are not very close to you. There's space there. So if someone like Emi Martinez or one of the defenders, if they clear the ball towards Grealish over there, right? I'm pulling a line from Martinez, but it could be the defenders. If Grealish gets the ball here, right, Aston Villa do not have to worry because they know that either Grealish is going to take it forward, right, or if he's congested by too many defenders in that position, he's going to win a foul because he's so good at it, right? The trickery, the sort of subtleness he has in his play, he'll be able to get past one defender and then suddenly the other one will take him out and Villa have a free kick. So then, it's a little bit of respite for them in that matter. So that's one thing that Jack Grealish does very well. And also another thing which will really help England as well is his versatility. Now, obviously, he can play on this side, right? The wings. But what he can do as well is play across this line, so you see this line here. So he can play in that position. And if you take out Barkley, like if you put him on one side, if you put Grealish in there, you see that he can dominate the space over here, right? The space that is available to him in that midfield. And what he does here is, if Barkley and Traore are making those runs inside, right? Jack Grealish, like I said again, I talked about the vision, the quality to play balls. Let me just remove this line. And this box, the quality to play balls inside here and here for these three to attack, he's got that quality and he'll find the perfect pass because he's so good at it. He's got that vision, he's got everything. And what the other thing that adds here is, if these three make decoy runs, Jack Grealish can alone dominate the space, take a shot, maybe score from there as well, who knows, right? So that's what he does for Aston Villa. And if I take you to England, now I've lined them up in a 3-4-3 and I've put Grealish as the only one so that you all can focus on him. Now he does, if England are playing in a 3-4-3, Jack Grealish will do something very similar to what he does for Villa, right? He's going to dominate this space right here, as well as sometimes coming into this space as well, just to sort of make things happen for England, to dictate the play if he's playing there, right? But if England are playing in a 4, suppose, right, if they have a 4 at the back, so I'm just going to shift one of those players here as cam. There's going to be an extra midfielder and there's going to be 2 defenders. Sorry, I'll move this box very quickly. There's going to be 2 defenders and obviously the fullbacks, right? So you can see it changes into a 4-2-3-1. What Grealish can do in a 4-2-3-1, again, he's playing on the left hand side, he'll do the same thing that he does all the time. But if you put him here, he'll be able to dictate play for England, and the likes of Harry Kane, Raheem Sterling, Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho, Phil Foden, Mason Mount, whoever is playing in those forward positions, will be able to benefit so much from Grealish's work. And because he's got that star quality, he'll be able to create so much for England, which is why I think Jack Grealish needs to start for this England team, right? And you've seen the statistics, you've seen the heat map, you've seen his tactical awareness and everything. Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on whether he should be starting for England. I know he's going to be on the plane, but whether he should be starting for England or whether it should be someone else. And that's all for the video today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Do subscribe.